Welcome to our deep relaxation class.
Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome indeed. Thank you for joining for tonight's deep relaxation class. My name is Brian, and I'm here on behalf of the Eldersburg Library to facilitate your experience tonight. Again, thank you to all the staff at the Eldersburg Library who continues to help facilitate and work the tech behind these videos and make them available for free to the public online. So we're going to start this evening's deep relaxation class in a comfortable seated position. And you might notice the way I'm seated here this evening is on a yoga bolster. I'm actually using a block, something like this, to help prop this bolster up and create sort of an incline. And sitting like this is going to be a little bit easier if you have any lower back issues or if your hips are really tight. And if you are just kind of feeling like you need to bring the floor up to your sitting bones a little bit, you might find this adaptation a comfortable place to begin for our seated warm-ups. Of course, this is an all levels and beginner-friendly class. So I want you to, since I can't really be there to physically facilitate and make adjustments, listen to your own kind of intuitive body wisdom so that you can make adaptations and adjustments for your practice tonight. If I'm instructing something that you need to tweak and maybe make it a little more challenging, or you want to go a little deeper, or if you need to back off and rest, then again, I'll just encourage you to use your best judgment. You might also want to just sit at the edge of a chair or on a cushion with your legs crossed in front. Once you've arrived and made the adjustments for your comfortable, easy seat, just take a few moments and close your eyes. Watch as you breathe in and out. If you can, try to just breathe through your nose. Become aware of any biofeedback. What is your body telling you as you close your eyes and tune in? What is your mind sharing with you? Are there any residual or unresolved emotions from earlier in the day? Just start to become the passive observer, the active listener of all that's within and around you. Trying not to react to anything or push anything away. See if you can just be firmly rooted here with whatever arises. Of course, if something hurts physically or if you're dealing with some intense, heavy emotions, be gentle with yourself and adjust or move or accommodate as needed to get yourself in a more comfortable position. So we'll just take about 30 seconds or so of silence so you can start to observe your breath and start to take deep, slow breaths in and out your nose. Without trying to change anything too much, just breathe and listen. I want you to start to mentally scan through your body. And if you find any areas that feel a little tense or stuffy or tight or what have you, I want you just to mentally send a little point of light to that space. For example, I'm going to start with my face, and I'm just going to send a little point of light right between the center of my forehead, and just let that little point of light just start to relax any creases or hard edges through my forehead, and softly move through my eyes, and then my jaw. For example, just continuing to scan through the rest of your body and just send little points of light to anywhere that feels like it could use a little lightness. Letting the face relax and the shoulders. You can turn your palms to face up towards the ceiling and just feel how that immediately widens through and across the chest, through the collarbones and rotator cuff. Feel that openness and lightness across the chest. Gently pull the shoulder blades together and just let the arms relax. Fingers heavy, palms open. Now bring your awareness down just about an inch or two below your belly button. Now with your next exhalation, as you breathe out, I want you to exhale completely and draw your belly in. Push the air out by sucking your belly in. Now as you inhale, you're going to feel the belly start to lift and expand outwards. As the belly fills up, you'll feel the air start to rise, rib cage lifting, solar plexus rising. And then finally, you'll feel that your lungs and your diaphragm are fully expanded in this three-part breath as the chest starts to rise. And then you'll exhale in those three parts. Don't worry, I'll go over this a couple more times. Exhaling chest, rib cage, and lower belly all descend and relax. At the peak of your exhalation, you can actually physically pull the belly in slightly. And then inhale again, feel the belly expand. Rib cage and chest. And then slowly exhale. In Sanskrit, this breathing practice is called Dirga Svasam. This is a three-part breath. And when we start to train ourselves to breathe this way, utilizing the full capacity of our diaphragm, we can actually take in up to 7 times more oxygen than just shallow chest breathing. This breath is very grounding. It's simultaneously a little invigorating. If you're feeling really sleepy, you can take some extra deep breaths and kind of help refresh yourself. At the same time, it's very calming and centering. If you're feeling a little anxious, this is a great way to just sort of get yourself stabilized. Let's do that 3 more times, 3 more 3-part breaths. Very good. Now we're just going to very briefly stretch our eyes. This is really great for helping to alleviate eye strain associated with prolonged screen time or just being under really bright artificial lights, all those things, those kind of external stimuli that we're all exposed to. And in Sanskrit, the practice is called netra vyayama, or the the eye movements. This can also be really purifying for the different nerve endings in the eye, in the optic nerve. So it's very simple. All we're going to do is keep our heads pointed straight forward. And we're just going to start to stretch our eyes like a hand on a clock. We're going to look up to 12 o'clock. And then in a clockwise direction, we're going to just start to slowly scan with the eyes all the way down to 6 o'clock at the beyond the tip of the nose towards the floor. And then all the way back up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we'll just continue. And we'll make 6 circles in each direction. And we'll pause in between. Don't worry, I'll let you know when it's time to pause and rest the eyes a moment. So let's go ahead and refresh. Let's take a nice deep breath in to start. Inhale, look up to 12. And exhale slowly down to 6. In that clockwise circle. Inhale back up to 12. Exhale down to 6. If you wear reading glasses or prescription lenses, you can take those off for this exercise. I should have mentioned that first, but you can just set your glasses down beside or in front of you while we stretch our eyes. And this is a really great practice you can do in those little break times at work or before you go to bed at night, just to help kind of relax and reset your eyes from all that screen time. Slowly close and relax your eyes. Exhale completely. And then when you're ready, inhale, open the eyes, look back up to 12. We'll simply reverse the direction for 6 of those slow eye movements. Exhaling down to 6. Inhaling back up around to 12. Next time your eyes are up to 12, close and relax the eyes. Now we're going to give our eyes a little warmth bath, a little massage for the eyes. You can simply clap your hands together, start rubbing your hands very vigorously. Get that friction warmth started between your hands. You can keep your eyes closed as you do this. Keep rubbing the hands harder, faster together until they're sufficiently warm, almost hot to touch. When your hands are so hot, you don't want to keep rubbing them, just go ahead and cup that warmth over the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth, just sigh, relax. We're going to give ourselves a little lymphatic massage to end our seated warm up here. So just take 2 or 3 fingers and just come up kind of where the base of the jaw and where the ears meet. And just slowly kind of scoop those fingers down along the jawline. You can tilt the chin up and just scoop over towards the chin, and then just lightly tap those lymph nodes there at the sides of the neck. And then just slowly tap up to right behind the ears, the skull. And then just lightly tap like the pitter patter of raindrops on a tin roof, the back of the neck. You can tuck the chin in now. And then again, bring those fingers together. Back at the base of the jaw, just a little pulse here, just a gentle massage. Scooping along the jawline. Find a pressure that feels good for you. Tilt the chin up slowly. Gently scoop down to the neck on those lymph nodes. Give them a little rub and then just very gently tap. Tap, 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 tap. Slowly tap back up, rounding up back behind the ears. Tuck the chin in and slowly tap back of the neck and head. We're just going to do this one more time. Chin tilts up, fingers together, slowly scoop. Chin tucks in, gently start your tapping. Good, go ahead and relax the hands down. Just gently look over your right shoulder. Drop right ear to right shoulder, turn left palm up. Tuck the chin in, tilt the chin away. Do that twice more slowly. Feel that nice stretch. If you want to, you can take your fingers and give yourself just a little massage by just walking the fingertips lightly where you feel that stretch. Then go ahead and slowly bring the head and neck back to center. Look over left shoulder. Gently drop that left ear to left shoulder. Right palm turns up. Great job. Head and neck back to center. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees for a little bit. We'll warm up for our spines. We're going to make our way into a tabletop position. If you have sensitive knee joints, then you can grab a blanket or an extra mat or something to bring underneath of your knees. We're going to come onto our hands and knees here. Hands stacked right underneath of shoulders. If you have something going on with your wrist, you could always come up to your knuckles here for this short amount of time. But if you can, try to spread your fingers wide, press your palms into the mat. Knees stacked under hips. Just drop the hips side to side. Start to gently make some circles through the hips. Reverse the direction. And when you're ready, inhale, stretch through the neck. Tilt the tailbone away, lift the chest, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, chin tucks in, elbows pull in towards each other. Pelvis scoops forward and under, rounding the back like a Halloween cat. Inhaling, sinking the belly down, lifting the chest, tailbone tilts away. Head and neck lengthen as the chest lifts. And then we're just going to continue to do that for about the next 30 to 45 seconds at your own pace. Good. When you're ready, we're going to bring the knees close together. We're going to come down onto our forearms, and then we're just going to extend our palms forward, staying on forearms, and just gently lower your chin or forehead to the mat. This is a great stretch for the thoracic spine. And then when you're ready, come back up onto your hands. We're going to make our way into our first down dog of the evening, and then we're going to come to standing for some sun salutations. So for our down dog, you can come back to that tabletop position, tuck the toes under, shift the weight back over the heels, and then simply straighten the legs, coming into this pyramid or triangle shape. Try and keep the fingers spread wide and the weight evenly distributed between the hands. And you want about 2 fists distance, or the width of 2 palms between your feet. You can slowly straighten one leg and then the other leg to start to stretch and warm up your hamstrings. When you're ready, go ahead and walk the feet up in between the hands. Inhale up halfway, pulling the shoulder blades together, lengthening through the torso. Exhale, slowly hinge from the hips. Keep a deep bend in the knees. And then inhale, come up to standing with a flat back, hips press forward, arms come up last. Exhale, hands touch in front of the chest. So before we get started with our sun salutations, you might need to move some props out of the way, clear some space. If you need to get a quick drink, please do so. When you're ready to start, we're going to go through just 2 rounds of sun salutations, and then we'll get down for some hip stretches. Go ahead and join me up at the top of your mat when you're ready. Exhaling, hands touch in front of the chest in Anjali Mudra, that mudra of gratitude and heart-centered awareness. Inhale, stretch the arms up and overhead, squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward as you open the chest, lean back slightly, and slowly bend from the knees. Exhale, forward, fold forward. Inhale up halfway, hands above or below the knees. Shoulder blades pulling together, crown of the head reaching forward. Exhale again, slowly hinge from the hips, fold forward. This time we're going to step our right foot far back and slowly lower that right knee down. You might like to stay right here in a low lunge, trying to keep the spine long. To do so, you might need to grab your supports or yoga blocks and bring your hands up to those blocks. You might feel comfortable to bring hands to hips or lower back, coming into this version of the lunge. Hands can stay in front of the chest, and these are all just options for you to explore at your own pace. You can bring the hands overhead. Now we're really focusing on this kind of alignment through the hips. So we want to make sure that our hip flexors, which would be like the front two belt loops on our pants, we want to make sure that these are staying in alignment. I'm going to try and create this square between the front leg and both of those hip flexors. And that's where you're going to feel that stretch predominantly is in this kneeling leg. So just stay here for one more breath in. As you're ready, you can exhale and frame that front foot with the hands on either side of the foot. And we're going to take our time to step back to downward dog, which we're now familiar with again. So from that downward facing dog, exhale completely. When you're ready, inhale and slowly come forward either into plank or drop the knees to the mat. And then slowly lower down, pelvis, belly, chest, chin. Gently widen the hips slightly. Pull the shoulder blades together, elbows close, and lift head, neck, and chest. You can come up onto fingertips for this cobra pose, or you can just gently lift the hands off the mat. There should be no compression in the lower back. If there is, gently scoop the hips and press them into the floor and widen your legs a little more. You can even come up onto your forearms and just really ensure that you're scooping your lower belly up and in. That abdominal engagement is going to help protect your back and really focus on the positive aspects of this stretch. When you're ready, we're going to transition back to downward facing dog. Feel free to modify with tabletop or child's pose. Press on back, down dog, table, or child's pose. Stay here for a round of that nice 3-part breath we opened with. And when you're ready, we're going to step the right foot up in between the hands. Help it there if you need to. And then we'll approach the lunge on this side. Each side might require something a little bit different. Do your best to adjust and or mirror from one side to the next. When you're ready, hands will frame that front foot again and we'll step the back foot forward, standing forward fold, deep bend in the knees. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale slowly all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands touch in front of the chest. We'll move through that one more time now. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, little bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, let it go. Slowly step the left leg back. Lower the left knee down. If you want to make your way into a high lunge, you could. Exhale. We'll invite a little twist in here, hands in front of the center of the chest. Slowly rotate the torso across that front leg, the right leg in this case. You could stay right here, or if you wish, you could bring that back of the left arm across. That back knee can stay on the floor, or you can lift and straighten that back leg. These are all just options. You could extend that top arm and or bottom arm. When you're ready, slowly untwist, come back to center, offer the hands up or out to the side. Exhale, hands frame that front foot, prepare to make our way back to downward dog. Just an option for you to explore. You could lift one leg up high, then repeat on the other side. Slowly lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Scoop forward into cobra, or if you're familiar with upward dog, you can make your way there. If you prefer that Sphinx pose adaptation, you can also rest here. Stay for one more breath in your little back bend. And then transition back to downward dog again. Those other options were child's pose and tabletop if you need a break from down dog. This time, our left foot is going to step up in between the hands. We'll lower that right knee down to start. And then we're going to work the twist in on this side. So I'll be twisting away from the camera, but I'll be doing the exact same thing that we just practiced. So I'll slowly start to rotate from the navel up. I could stay right here. If I wish, I could bring the back of that right arm down. That grounded knee could lift and the back leg straighten. When you're ready, slowly make your way back through that lunge, hands reaching forward to frame the front foot. We'll step that back foot forward once again, standing forward fold. Inhale slowly up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands relax in front of the chest. Very good. So we're going to make our way into a couple of hip stretches. We're going to come onto our mat to sit. We're going to start with our legs out in front. And we're going to actually bring this right knee in towards our chest. And then I'm going to cross this right foot over this extended left leg. You might need, I'll grab a blanket just to demonstrate. You might like to have a blanket underneath of your hips, something just to elevate your seat, maybe even just a few centimeters, and make this a little more comfortable. We're going to hug that right knee in towards the chest and then windmill the right arm around behind. You're going to feel this stretch here through the glute. There's actually a lot of benefits for our torso mobility and digestive health with these twists. So you might stay right here. Another option, you could bend this extended leg in or something like that as well. Try and keep this glute grounding back and down. If you feel it lifting up off the floor, you're going to lose some of the benefit of that stretch. As you inhale, feel the belly rise, the chest lift, the crown of the head lengthen. And as you exhale, feel all those things relax and contract slightly. Feel that belly slowly draw in and feel the twist deepen a little more. When you're ready to untwist, start with the head and neck, looking back towards that extended leg. Release the arms. Gently take a little counter stretch. And then come back to center and release that right leg. So we'll do the same thing on the other side now, hugging that left knee in towards the chest. Gently cross that left foot over. Give that left leg a great big hug. And then slowly windmill left arm around. Slowly turn your head and neck back to center. Release the arms. Take that brief counter stretch. And then go ahead and release the leg. Come back to center, both legs extended. So we'll go ahead and come onto our backs. You can keep your feet planted on the floor with your feet wide, about as wide as your shoulders, or maybe a little wider, as wide as your mat. And then just slowly start to stack your knees in. Just let the knees gently flop inwards and rest against one another. Arms down by the side, palms face up. Just kind of shimmy your shoulders and then just gently scoop and roll your pelvis. You're kind of sucking everything in, scooping the tailbone up off the floor, and then just gently relax it back down. Do that about 3, 5, maybe 6 more times, and then just relax here. We're going to stay here for about 1 minute in this beautiful restorative pose called constructive rest. This is really deeply nourishing for the sciatic nerve, for the lumbar spine, the sacral spine. Let the face relax and the jaw stay unclenched. Focus back to that grounding, centering 3-part breath. If your eyes were closed, you can gently blink them open just to help yourself stay awake and not get too relaxed before the end of class. We'll get there though, where you can close your eyes and doze off. We'll get to that point. We're going to do a little more work for our hip mobility here. You can just gently separate the legs. You can kind of walk the feet back in alignment with your hips. So just have your legs a natural hip width apart. And then we're going to extend our right leg. And then just using the strength and mobility of that right leg and hip, we're going to circle out to the side. And circle back out to the side and extend. Drawing the knee in towards the chest without the help of the hands. And then go ahead and extend and lengthen. Go ahead and do that about 8 to 10 times. I'm going to take a little core engagement here to keep both hips on the floor and stay in place while you do this. You can feel that lower belly working a little bit. And when you're ready, you can hug that right knee in towards the chest. Start to extend that left leg long. And if it's comfortable for you, if you need to bring this left foot back up to the floor, feel free. If not, you can keep it extended. Try and straighten this right leg, pressing the heel towards the ceiling, and then just point and flex the foot a few times. Pull the shoulder blades together. Take this right glute and gently press it forward and anchor it down. Feel how that deepens the integrity of that hamstring stretch. And slowly bend that right knee. Place right foot back on the floor. And then we're going to start with our exercises on this other side. Just gently, very slow therapeutic movements, rolling through the range of motion of that hip socket. Left knee comes around and up, and then back out to the side, around, extends. Try and keep everything square here. Lower back and hips staying connected to the mat while you do this. And then slowly hug that left knee in towards the chest. If you wish, you can extend that right leg long. Give that left knee a gentle hug in. When you're ready, you can exhale and straighten that left leg now. Point and flex the foot a few times. Slowly relax. Let that left foot slowly come back down to the floor. Step right foot up next to meet left. Let the arms rest out to the side. Gently turn the head and neck side to side. And we'll go ahead and move into a happy baby pose next. So we're going to start to hug both knees in towards the chest, except we're going to bring the arms to the inside edges of the legs, reaching down to grab a hold of the big toe, or you can grab the outside edges of your feet. And then to any extent that it feels good for you, you can start to straighten your legs and or press your feet up towards the ceiling. And just let the weight of the arms anchor your knees down towards the shoulders. When you're ready, you can hug the legs back together, squeeze the knees in tight towards the center, towards your midline, and then just gently begin to hug those knees in towards the chest. And you can just rock side to side or slowly forward and back a little bit, just increasing that blood flow and circulation to the lower back and the back of the body. When you're ready, you can lower the feet back down. We're going to prepare for our extended Savasana and guided relaxation. So if you want to come back into that, I'll give you a few options. If you'd like, you can come back into that constructive rest pose, which is very nourishing for the lower back. Again, that's just the feet wide with the knees stacked inwards, palms turned up, whole body relaxes. If you have a free space near a wall, you could sit with your glutes close to the wall and your legs up the wall. That could be a very comfortable restorative pose. Or you might just like the classic Savasana, arms and legs fully extended, resting on your back. Wherever you want to close your practice, go ahead and take the time to find yourself there now. Make any little adjustments you need to, whether you need to add or remove a layer so you can be comfortable. The body will tend to cool during this part of class, so you might find that you need to put on a blanket or a sweater or some socks. We're just going to build off the internal awareness we've already began building through class. We're just going to use that sort of cumulative enhanced awareness to deepen our relaxation now. So wherever you've found yourself resting for this last little bit of our practice, and I call it a practice because it is something we have to practice. We have to assign that time for ourselves to intentionally relax and nourish our mind, body, and spirit. And so wherever you find yourself now, close your eyes and just start to take a few deep, slow breaths. Begin to lengthen your exhalation intentionally, slowing down your respiratory rate, lowering your heart rate, coming into that parasympathetic nervous system response. That response, that aspect of our anatomy, which is related to rest, digestion, relaxation. And we're just going to mentally bring our awareness to all different aspects of the body. When I mention a part of the body, you can just send a little mental or energetic signal to that part of your body and just let it relax completely. You can imagine like you were just gently pouring heated salt water over that part of your body, or just like gently slipping into a cocoon of warmth and relaxation. And then just let that part of the body dissolve from your attention. So we'll go through this body scan to close our practice. You can start by bringing your awareness down to the base of the feet, each toe, tops of the feet, the ankles, heels, all completely and deeply relaxed. Let this wave of relaxation and ease start to pour and roll over the ankles into the shins, the muscles and bones of the lower legs, the calves. Bringing your awareness up into the knee joints, feeling the knees nourished within and around. Let them relax completely. Bringing your awareness now into the upper legs, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the femur, the bones and marrow. Relax down to your very core essence of the leg, down to each cell, just totally relaxed, up into the hips, the glutes, all points of contact with the floor from the lower body down, relaxed completely. Feel a warm buzzing through the legs and glutes and hips. Let them relax completely. Now notice that space around the belly button, the space that rises and falls with each breath. With this next passing breath, feel your belly soft and at ease, light and relaxed. Feel this relaxation work through the belly into the rib cage. All the internal organs relaxed completely, nourished, at ease, working efficiently. Feel a lightness, a softness, a radiance emitting from your belly, your solar plexus. Now move up into the center of your chest and feel a softness, a warmness, a depth of love and compassion pouring out from the center of your chest to let your whole torso relax and be held with the same kind of tender love you would use to cradle a baby or a toddler, your puppy or cat, or loved one. Feel that same tender, loving caress hold you now Feel it rise up to meet you in the form of the floor beneath you. Feel your whole torso, your chest, your shoulders now, and all points of contact with the floor on your back, resting and at ease, totally and deeply relaxed. Feel this contagious relaxation washing over the arms, the joints at the elbows, the forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, all completely relaxed, palms soft, thumbs and fingertips relaxed. With each passing breath, feel your whole body and all points of contact with the floor growing heavy and relaxed. You can invite a gentle swallow in your throat and feel the base of the neck and throat deeply relaxed. Jaw and face soft and open, expressionless, or maybe just content. Ears tingling, relaxed. Crown of the head, forehead, sides of the head, back of the head, all completely and deeply relaxed. Feel as though you are floating on top of shallow water. Just feel a lightness around your being. Turn your awareness to your mind now and let the space between your thoughts lengthen. And let the nature of your mind rest in gratitude and contentment for the blessing of this moment. Be immersed in gratitude, even having an appreciation for the gratitude itself while you rest here. Body, mind, and spirit healing at an atomic level with each passing breath. Each passing moment and this deeply relaxed state. Feel yourself coming closer to wholeness, reuniting with your source of love and peace with each passing breath. Om. Om Shanti. Peace, so be it. Let there be peace. You're welcome to stay here and rest for as long as it's needed for you. There is a space that has been created around you through your own intention that can hold you here for as long as you need to recharge, to be healed, to rest. If you would like to close our class intentionally together, you can very slowly start to return from your deeply relaxed state. You can very slowly and mindfully start to bring and awareness back into your breath and body. Very gradually and intentionally, you can slowly begin to bring movement back into your extremities. You can take a long, slow breath in and gently breathe out the mouth as you re-enter your conscious awareness of your body and surroundings again. If for when it serves you, you can roll over onto one side. Your left side would be good. And as you rest on that left side, you can just relax a moment. And then in gentle phases, you can slowly press the floor away and rise, return to your comfortable seated position. When you arrive in that comfortable seated position, feeling unrushed and still anchored in that spirit of peace, you can bring the hands to touch in front of the chest and rest here in a grateful appreciation for that spirit of peace in our lives. Resting here in gratitude and appreciation for the moment itself. We'll close our practice by chanting Om Shanti, that chant for peace. We'll chant Om Shanti 3 times and then close the class. Exhaling completely, inhaling for the peace chant. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Peace, peace, let there be peace within and around you. So be it. Amen. We close our class and greet each other, seeing that light from within each other. We close our practice and greet each other with Namaste. Namaste.